Welcome to this edition of Addington News. Yes, brought to you out of the Brecken Winning Owners Bar, and we always love bringing people in here, Darren. It's got a great feel to it, and obviously anyone who comes into this room is quite happy.
They're normally pretty happy, Greg, and there was a few really happy owners last weekend here. Of course, we played the support program, if you like, for the big meeting at Auckland. Some favourites home as we expected, and Bolt for Brilliance got his revenge on Sunday Sun this time.
Yeah, he did.
Some exciting stuff, and we're really looking forward to those horses back down here as we build towards the New Zealand Cup meeting.
Yeah, the spring not that far away. In fact, in Christchurch today, it's pretty warm to be fair. It's about 20 degrees. We've got a good program on Thursday night, and then we kick in to the 2 meeting weeks for about 9 weeks in a row.
Yeah, 9 Sundays in a row starting the week after this, plus a meeting on either the Thursday or the Friday as well. So really a good routine of those meetings, get the horses travelling not very far to just into Addington. Stables are there, so everyone's undercover.
It's not weather dependent. Yep.
No, so and the turnover's solid.
Yep.
So we're really looking forward to playing our part there on behalf of the industry and getting those horses through the system as quickly as we can as we build back into the start of the racing season year in August for the build up to the IRT New Zealand Cup meeting.
A couple of other marketing promotions, if you like, away from racing. I've got one here. David Seymour's in town. Joe McMaster telling me there's already about 180 booked to come and see him. So 89 a person or a table of 10, 890.
Yeah, look, we've had a few politicians here over the number of years, and David's been here 2 or 3 times. Winston Peters has been here. There's been all sorts of people. Prime Minister, of course, has been here. So that's one Silver Moon Ladies Night.
It is a race night.
One of our most popular ones. That's on Friday, the 8th of July, and those tickets go on sale tomorrow, which is the 1st of June. Addington.co.nz. You have to buy them online. Have a look at those because they will sell out. And of course, the Silver Moon Diamond Ring is up for grabs as part of that package. Those tickets are $89 a ticket as well. Includes a glass of Lansing champagne on arrival, gourmet buffet meal, all of the action, a DJ after the last race, plus a whole lot of prize draws, plus, as only Joe can do, a couple of wee surprises during the night.
Right, look forward to that for sure. As we do Thursday night's meeting, just have a quick add up of the stakes, Darren. Almost 130,000 on a Thursday night. No one could be upset about what's being outlaid for harness racing at the moment.
Yeah, look, I was a bit gruff last week about the support for a couple of the races. Really good this week, so That's pleasing to see. A couple of maiden races there at $12,000, and we'll be looking to do that on the Thursdays and the Fridays as we build through this winter period, with slightly lesser stakes on the Sunday, but still probably around the 9k, 10k mark. Plus some condition races in there. The R35 to 36 race we run just recently. There'll be plenty of those opportunities. It takes the trainers to nominate their horses for those races so we can run them, but we want to run them.
Yep.
And we can run them on a Friday night or a Thursday night for $12,000 if they put the horses in. So we're keen to do that. So look, we're really looking forward to a good night. There's a good feeling spectators after the races the other night with the rugby crowd here too. So that'll be open if you want to come in there. And I know you've got a couple that you're going to tip us into before we do a full preview.
I'll tell you what, the Tollerman Lodge barn of Ken Barron is worth following, particularly over the next few weeks and on Thursday night to boot. Shell Shock should go pretty close to winning race number 1. It's been second in both its runs to date, and all by myself, I reckon will give the stable a big chance of a double. Race 5, number 8, and that rolls into Cab Callaway, who finally gets into the right race from the right draw. So I know I'm only tipping out one stable, Darren, but they've been good supporters too. Like he had 3 in that maiden last week, got it off the ground. You'd like to see them winning races here.
Yeah, he's got a pile of horses in. Murray Evans has actually got 5 or 6 horses in this week, so a number of stables really supporting us, which is great to see, and we want to reward them with some good stakes. So pleased that that's happening. We want to get into the full preview, so we can rip into that now. Race 1's at 4:39, so an early start. The Greyhounds have actually moved to a day meeting, so the Northern Greyhound meeting will be with us on the night. So race 1's the Spate Summit Ultra Mobile Pace 1980.
Yeah, good race, but Shell Shock gets the draw and the form on the board to be taking this out. Massive chance, been second and behind the pair of Regan Todd runners, Hale Lucius and of course last time behind Bubba Scrub. So I think it'll get the job done this week. To beat the 11 Howling Wolf, I mentioned that on last week's preview. I thought the debut was okay, good enough to suggest that it can improve off that. So that was in the same Bubba Scrub race. The 10, David Niven, was backed off the map first up here, didn't quite get things right. It's clearly better than that and has trialled well. And Lone Wolf joins the Brent White team. Ricky May from a good draw, didn't have much luck last time. I reckon it's a decent horse to follow. 4, 11, 10, 2 in the first.
Race 2 is the first leg of the early quaddie, the Emerson's Pilsener Trot, a 2,000 metre standing start trot. So, Greg, they tell us they don't like 2,000 metres, but they all
have a look at the size of the field. 16. They're all going around at this stage, so it won't be easy. And it is the first leg of that quaddie, so you might need a few. I went with Emily, this one by Imperial Count, trained by Murray Edmonds. First up run behind Tiamo Bell, excellent. Tiamo Bell went on and then ran second in the graduation final. That's a very, very good form line for this, I think, and then had no luck last time in that final behind TK Megastar. So I give it a good chance. Casham racing really well. Kyle Cameron continues to have a pretty good sort of a run. Sigrid, not much of the filly by Pegasus Spur, but Laura Mackay's done a nice job with this one. Won its latest trial over race rival Page. I reckon it's a horse that you can follow with a bit of confidence in the next few weeks, and it's so easy. From the Margot Nyan team out of within 10, so a real family affair this one. The late DD will be looking down, and I'm sure he'll be expecting her to go a good race too. And she's one to follow the way she's trialled. 8, 1, 5 and 10, but you can go wider if you like.
Race 3 will be tricky. The Bombay Sapphire Junior Drivers Handicap Pace, 2,600 at 5.34. Features our old mate Take After Me.
Yep.
He's having a crack at pacing.
Yeah, back pacing. Yeah, having another go at that, and well, you wouldn't discount his chances, particularly off the front. I think First Class can win this. Fresh up, it was really good. The last 100 metres in behind Serious Moonlight had a lot of merit, and they were scooting home in better than 57 seconds. So I give First Class a decent winning chance. Arabian Blues gone good in 2 runs this time in. Devon Van Til driving for her partner Steve Dolan. The 11 Loyalists, Ben Hope for Greg and Nina, winner at Rangiora 2 starts back, and I thought it was pretty good in a strong race behind Franco Marek last time. And Hidden Desire can never be discounted, and young Sam Thornley continues to drive very well. 10, 8, 11 and 3.
Race 4 is the Johnny Walker Mobile Trot 1980 at 6.02. Have a look at the breeding of some of these horses in this race. In particular, some of them that are even pacing bred.
Yep.
But gee, there's some talent amongst these, and we're seeing that with a lot of our trotters going forward. Breeders really getting in behind a number of the stallions and putting some really good products on the ground.
Yeah, this is a good race. There'll be a bit of form to come out of it too. Sonny Louis, a horse I think can go a wee way. Trained by Fred Fletcher, by his stallion, of course, at Royal Aspirations. 2 runs back this time in, building towards a win. I think Thursday night could be the night. Little Miss Muscles, one you mentioned there, that's pacing bred out of the family, out of a daughter of Ginger Man. So it 2 starts back, was a really nice winner at Ashburton, and then broke last time, so disregard that run. I give her a decent chance of bouncing back. Naughty's out of Dutch Annie, so again, it's a really strong trotting family. Blair Orange for Mark Jones, last start 4th at Timaru was handy enough, although it did have a pretty good run, and Out Countdown's well bred too. This one trained and driven by Brad Williamson. I reckon the 1980 will suit. 1 run back this time, and enough to fit it to bring it to Addington Raceway. He wouldn't do that unless he thought he had a great chance, but there's a lot of form in this race. 6, 4, 5 and 8.
Race 5, last leg of the early quaddie. The sponsors of the great race, the IRT New Zealand Cup, the IRT Your Horse, Our Passion, Fillies and Mares Mobile 1980 at 6.30.
Yeah, very keen on All By Myself. Look, she's a mare that has real good talent. She's won 3 of her 10 starts and been placed in another 4 or 5. So I think after her 3rd last time behind Franco Marek, that again is such a strong form line. She can take this out even from her widest draw. Sweet Bell was good first up. 2 the second rows, a pretty handy sort of a draw, I reckon. Follows out Better Fly. That should see her get an economical trip, so I like her a bit. Shanika's won 3 of her last 5, and since joining Brent White's just been low flying. Can't discount her chances again. And Woodley Beaver will get off the arm probably quickest, get to the markers, and therefore is a first 4 player. 8, 11, 9 and 5.
Race 6 is the Phantom Bill Stickers Mobile Pace 1980 at 6.56.
He's not the bravest cab, Callaway, but he's got back to a rating 35 to 45 and just looks beautifully placed here. He has got early speed if Blair decides to use that, and if he does, I think he's the one to beat. 6 Emma's Boy continues to race very well. Ivan Court and Jared O'Reilly, best trio, so honest. Often draws wide though, Darren, so it's copped another one here. Still would have it in your top 3, and Arizona Wildcat's got a good barrier draw to operate from this time. Was in behind Chambray last week, but I'd go on its previous second in that Woodley Beaver race. 5, 6, 8 and 2 in the 6th.
Race 7's the first leg of the late quaddie, the Style Magazine Mobile 1980 at 7:21.
I know Cheezel was basically off the winner's circle or out of the winner's circle for 12 months, but the way she won last time, why wouldn't she just win again? She'll get off the machine. I didn't realise that she had that much gate speed when Robbie asked her to go. If he uses that again, she'll be hard to beat in this. I know last time it was 2600, but she's even better suited over the short course for mine. So I've got her on top. Sounds of Cash, much better than the last start 6th. I thought her prior 2 runs gave you an indication you had to have her in here. Braveview Kelly comes up with a nice barrier draw, put a couple of wins together, including beating Tommy Waterhouse 3 starts back. That would be good enough to win a race like this. And Heisenberg starting to claw its way back into something like its best form. 7, 5, 2 and 8, good race, the first leg of the late quaddie.
Race 8 is Addington Ladies Night, 8th of July, Fillies and Mares Mobile 1980. Some really good horses in this race, and a big shout out to Nigel Armstrong, who does all of our work on course with Unhinged, sets up the Westview Racing syndicates. One of them in this race, Secret Cocktail, Westview Racing number 21 syndicate. So involves a lot of people in the game, real enthusiast, does it for the love of it, and he certainly loves it, Greg.
Yeah, he does. He gets all around the Greater Canterbury region, and he's often in this bar making sure that everyone is being well catered for. So wish him well with Secret Cocktail. Got her in my top 2. Kikarangi Blue, I think will probably win the race. Bob Buck doing the training and driving. That second behind Bellissimo Acquisto last time was good. That was fresh up and had trialled nicely before that. So I think she's the one to beat, the daughter of Better Than Cheddar over Secret Cocktail. Fresh up run nice. That was at Rangiora. Wouldn't need to improve much off that. Brie Express had trialled nicely and really the way it trialled here last time, home in 58.6, beat race rival in Strawbs class, Acton, did it quite nicely. I think there's a real good talent there, so give the Steve Dolan trained runner a good chance with John Dunn. And the other triallist is No Matter What. Nearly bumped it up a wee way, bar for the draw. I might have even picked this filly on top. Gee, she trialled nicely. If you get a chance, go back to HRNZ, have a look at that latest one at Ashburton. You'll like what you saw. 5, 4, 2 and 15, but you might want to bump 15 up a peg or 2.
Yeah, look, it's a good point, Greg. All of those videos are on hrnz.co.nz, not only the race videos, but all the trials and workouts generally, pretty much to the entire country, so they're worth having a look at.
Definitely.
Race 9, so Spectators Bar Handicap Trot 2600 at 8:17.
Yeah, I like Repeat Pat. A couple of good runs. 3rd here behind Will Angus Lad and then Lovin' the Port. That's strong. That's strong form for this race. So I'm happy to be each way on the 6. Car Rest was unlucky last week, but I don't know whether the gap was going faster than what she was. She's had 3 runs back this time in. She's generally got good manners. So I'm happy to have her in the top 3 or 4. Got a second as it sits at the moment. Majestic Jags first up, had a great campaign last time, winner of now 5 races, so not without a chance, and has trialled nicely, beating Kauai Monarch, who's in this as well. And Miss Crazed, although she goes back in handicap and it's not as favourable as what it was last week, she was really good last week, so I'm happy to have her in as well. Of course, trained by Phil Williamson, who got a 700th winner the other day, so well done to him. Numbers there, 6, 7, 10 and 12.
Yeah, look, it wasn't at Addington, but Phil always a big supporter of Addington Raceway, and congratulations to him and the whole family.
Yep.
Behind every man's a good woman. Bev looks after the whole family down there, and they do a great job, as do the sons and everyone involved in the team. So look, congratulations to them. Race number 10's, as it normally is, the first direct taxis, Mobile Pace 1980 at 8:42.
Yeah, Geordie's done very little wrong since joining the Robert and Jenna Dunn team. Comes up with barrier 3, beat La Sabina at Ashburton, and then came here and ran a really good 3rd in behind Chambray last week. From the better draw, much better chance of winning, and therefore I've got Geordie on top of Stack. who draws wide but gets into a race that should really suit him. Better with Blings racing well, really consistent for Jesse Wetherall, and the one Ardent Sweetheart not without a winning chance, particularly from that draw. But I reckon Geordie will get another win on the board in the last.
Yeah, look, we're going to leave you with a video from last week, talk about big supporters at Addington. Donna Williamson turns up with a very small team, two very talented trotters. Clyde runs second, and the very, very good performing The Dominator hangs on grimly all the way up the straight.
He does, and Darren, he's been supporting the bigger trot races forever. So if ever a horse deserved to win a race, he got it there last Friday night, and I was thrilled for them.
Yeah, look, so were we. He's won almost $200,000, The Dominator, and he's far from finished. I think he's 8 years old. I think in an interview Donna said he's starting to feel it a wee bit, but he's not racing like that.
No, he's not.
And it was great to see him win and grab a win. Great to see them at Addington. It was a lot of excitement and really pleased for Donna. So we're going to leave you with one of the really good supporters of Addington Raceway, Donna Williamson, and The Dominator on the way out. Have a good night on Thursday night.
9-7 the third quarter. The Dominator turns for home. Smoke and Bandar continues running on wider out. Love in the Port the centre, then Franco Josiah. Smoke and Bandar moved up with Love in the Port, who's fighting on the centre. Then the Dominator and Franco Josiah. Love in the Port going to the Dominator. Franco Josiah late. The Dominator's lifting. The Dominator just in front. That's a super, super win. The Dominator held off Love in the Port. Third, Franco Josiah. Fourth, I took my eyes off that. Car Wrestler out of my way. Smoke and Bandar was there as well. Then I Dream of Jeannie Spider.